Hello students and welcome to the fifth lecture of this series, and let us continue with our discussion on system of units. So basically what a system of unit is, it is a combined set of fundamental physical quantities, derived physical quantities and supplementary physical quantities. Don't worry about supplementary physical quantities, I am going to discuss about them in a separate lecture. So we now know that there are several system of units. The very first one is the Cgs system of units, in which we use centimeter as the fundamental unit of length, gram as the fundamental unit of mass, and second as the fundamental unit of time. There is one more system which also has three fundamental units as three fundamental units, which is Mks system. Here we use meter for length, then kilogram for mass, and second for time. Now the third system is the Fps system, which is also known as the British system because it was introduced by the British, and it uses foot for the unit of length, pound for the unit of mass, and again second for the unit of time. And the current system, which is the SI system, now it is slightly different from the above three system of units because it contains 7 fundamental units and 2 more units which are supplementary units. So why this basic difference is there? Because the prior 3 system of units are quite older, and in those days the branch of physics was not that developed, right? So these 3 fundamental physical quantities, they were sufficient to describe almost all the derived physical quantities. And as the branch of physics grew, we needed more number of fundamental physical quantities to represent the newer derived quantities. For example, in older days, only cement, sand, water and iron was sufficient to make a building, right? But nowadays these are not the only components which are required. Nowadays we have different types of buildings, right? Earthquake resistant buildings, we have green buildings. So different kinds of material, newer materials we now require, composites and all. So newer materials we require now. So similarly, we now require more number of fundamental physical quantities because these were inadequate to represent all of the newer physical quantities, derived ones. So in SI system we use 7 fundamental physical quantities, which are, I'll just list them, physical quantities and their units. We had length, which was measured in meter, then we have mass, which is measured in kg, then we have time, which is measured in second, then we have temperature, which is measured in Kelvin, then we have electric current, which is measured in ampere, then we have amount of substance, which is measured in mole, and finally we have something which is known as the luminous intensity, which is measured in candela, right? So these are the 7 fundamental units or quantities which are used in the SI system, right? Apart from these 7, there are 2 more quantities which are known as the supplementary quantities. These supplementary physical quantities and their units are plane angle and solid angle. Plane angle is measured in radian, while solid angle is measured in steradian. So these are the fundamental units which are used in the SI system, and these are the supplementary units. Apart from these, there are many derived units. Some of the examples we might take the unit of area. For example, let us say area. The unit of area is, whenever we say that area of a rectangle is length into breadth. So both this length and breadth, they are measured in meter. So the unit will be meter into meter, so this will be meter square, right? Similarly, the unit of volume will be meter into meter into meter, so it will be meter cube. Similarly, we have speed is equal to distance upon time, so this will be meter per second. And likewise, we have acceleration, which is change in velocity upon time, so its unit will be meter per second for change in velocity and second for time, so the combined unit will be meter per second square. So these are some of the fundamental physical quantities. Supplementary and derived units are lots and lots of derived units are there. We'll see them one by one.